Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So I unfortunately moved back to college in 2 weeks, meaning I will be leaving my beautiful bookshelves, which I'm very sad about. But clearly, I'm not leaving all of my books here. I'm going to be taking a decent number of them. I haven't fully decided which ones yet. I do have a decent amount that I'm sure of, and I thought it might be fun to show you the books that I plan to take to college with me. Maybe. I hope you're interested in this video. I just had this idea and I thought it would be fun to film. This is just kind of going to be like my TBR for the rest of the year, slash just some of my favorite books that I would like to bring with me and display on my shelves, because that is primarily where I'm going to be filming my videos for the rest of the year. A couple of books in this stack are also for an English course that I am taking this semester, and I will point those out as I go along as well. Honestly, whether I get to all of these books is another question, but these are books that I kind of like am thinking like, yeah, I could read these. I don't know. So I have a big stack. It ends right here, which you can't see it. Can you see it? Can you see this? I don't know, but we're just gonna get into it and I'm going to show you the books that I'm taking with me to college. The first two books I have here are by Ray Bradbury. First I have Something Wicked This Way Comes. I'm very excited to read this one in October. This is about a very creepy Halloween carnival, and I feel like it's just a staple for Halloween time, so I have to read this in October. I was planning to read this last year, and then I didn't. And then I also have Dandelion Wine by Ray Bradbury. Again, I don't really know too much about this book. I just know that I think this is going to be a good end of summer read, and I just really like Ray Bradbury's writing style and his ideas and concepts, so I'm very excited to read this as well. These next 5 books that I have here are for a mystery literature class that I'm going to be taking. So we have, first of all, The Iconic Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. I don't know anything about this book, like plot-wise. I know it takes place on a train, but I guess it's kind of the point that you don't know anything about this book because it's a mystery. Queen of Murder Mysteries. I'm excited to read it. I found this copy on eBay and I think it's beautiful. I love it. Oh, very vintage. My eye. Then we have The Talented Mr. Ripley by Patricia Highsmith. I've heard of this book. I don't know anything about this book though, so that's just gonna be a theme with the books for my class because I don't read mystery ever, so I don't know anything about them. Next up I have The Alienist by Caleb Carr. Okay, so this is set in 1896 New York. It is about, I think he's a newspaper reporter who is summoned to view a horribly mutilated body, and him and his friend, who I think is the alienist, like that's his nickname, set out on a quest to figure out who the hell did this. Then I have Devil in a Blue Dress by Walter Mosley. I don't know a damn thing about this book. Just like I don't know anything about The Maltese Falcon by Dashiell Hammett. A classic, I know that much, but aside from that, what happens? So yeah, I don't know. Next up we have some fantasy. One of these I have read actually, but I'll explain that to you in a second. So first we have Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. This follows Fitz, I think. I have no idea what this book is about, but I wanted to read Robin Hobb for a really long time, so I figured might as well bring this in case I'm feeling it. Then the next 2 I have are the first 2 books in the Stormlight Archive by Brandon Sanderson. I have read The Way of Kings. I'm not rereading this, that's not why this is on the list, but I am bringing Words of Radiance, and I just want them to be together because they're satisfying to look at when they're on the shelf together. And that's kind of also like a factor in the books I'm bringing, just for aesthetic purposes. I have 3 books that all pertain to one another. This is the Folk of the Air trilogy. I have read this series as a whole, but I'm doing a reread. I'm halfway through The Cruel Prince. I started it like a month ago and I haven't read anything in it in like a month, but it's fine because I have the rest of the year to potentially make my way through the series. I don't know if I will, but at any rate, these look lovely on bookshelves. So next up, I'll go through the Cassandra Clare that I'm bringing because you knew it was coming. Recently acquired The Infernal Devices in these paperbacks. I am rereading this series right now, but I think I'm gonna finish my reread before I go to school, but these are beautiful. I love the covers of these, and I just want to be near my favorite series. Maybe I'll reread it again. I probably won't. Like, I don't think I'm that insane, but it just on the off chance that I'm feeling sad one day and I'm like, oh, What if I could just. So I'm gonna bring these three. I'm also going to be bringing Chain of Gold and Chain of Iron because I am planning to reread these at some point in the near future. I don't know. The first time I read them, I just feel like I didn't retain anything from them. Like, I know the story and like I know a lot about it, but I just want to know the story better. So yes, gonna reread those at some point. I don't know when though. Then I have a couple of classics. I don't expect much classical reading to be done because school, but I do have a couple that I'm going to bring. First up, I have 3 of these Penguin English Library classics that are beautiful. I love the spines for these. Ugh, just everything. The first one is Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. I have started this one. I'm actually like 100 pages into it, and I might finish it before I leave, but like I just don't know. So I'm probably gonna bring this either way, just so I can put all 3 of these on the shelf together and it'll be really satisfying to look at. And then I also have A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. This is what The Infernal Devices was based off of, so I have to read it. You know I have to read it. I also have Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson. I thought this would be fun for Halloween. It's very short too, and I think it takes place in Victorian London maybe? We have Masterpieces of Terror and the Supernatural, another fantastic book that I plan to read in October. This is a horror anthology, so maybe I will start this sooner than October. Oh, that's funny. So I knew there was a story in here by Tolkien, and I thought it was going to be something completely unrelated to The Lord of the Rings / The Hobbit, but I just accidentally opened up to the page that it's on, and here's Bilbo and Gollum just having a convo. Is this just from The Hobbit? I don't know. I guess I'll find out, because it's called Riddles in the Dark, so I'm kind of curious if it's the part where Bilbo picks up the ring, like the edited version of it that makes The Hobbit pertain more to The Lord of the Rings. You know, I think that's a thing that happened. Maybe I've already read this, I don't know. Oh my gosh, I'm too old for this shit. So, hello. Me interjecting here. So after some very intense research, in-depth comparison, you know how it is, I realized that the story that is in this short story collection is actually going to be the original chapter that was published in The Hobbit in like the 30s. But this is going to be the chapter that has not been edited. The Lord of the Rings was just like a distant thought for Tolkien. So yeah, I just think it'll be interesting to see just how different the chapters are and what exactly he edited to make it pertain more to the Lord of the Rings. I don't know. You probably don't care. I just thought that was really interesting. I don't even know like how different it is. It could be like very minute differences, but I spotted a couple, so I'm interested just to get the feel for it, you know? Yeah, back to the video. So yeah, I'll probably read this in September and October because this is like 600 pages and it's a short story collection, but I'm very excited because I love short stories. Like recently I've just been really into short stories. I don't know. These last 4, I don't really have a category for them because we have middle grade and adult contemporary. So here I have Act Your Age, Eve Brown, and Take a Hint, Danny Brown, which are the last two books in the Brown sisters little, it's not really a series, collection. And I've been reading a lot of romance recently, so maybe I'm finally in the mood to read these. Also, beautiful covers. They look really nice on bookshelves. So I also have The Girl Who Drank the Moon by Kelly Barnhill. Again, I think this will be a really nice end of summer fall read. It's a middle grade too, so it shouldn't like take me too long to read it. But it just seems very whimsical and like a lovely story to just escape into, which is probably what I'm going to need with the start of classes coming again. So that'll be nice. And then the last book that I've been saying I'm gonna read for like the last 3 months and I just haven't, that is The Last Olympian by Rick Riordan. This is the last book in the Percy Jackson series. I keep saying I'm gonna read it, and then every time I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna start that, I don't. So hopefully I can get to this before the end of the year. Like that's my only goal. My only goal is to read this by the end of the year. So this is a lot of books stacked here. I'm surprised they haven't fallen over yet. This is not concrete in any way. I'm probably gonna end up bringing more just because I love being surrounded by my books, as I think everyone watching this video probably also loves. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know down below. Are you going back to school this coming fall? If so, are you excited? You're probably not, but you know, let me know. So yeah, like, subscribe, whatever you're feeling today, and I will see you in my next video.